Well, yeah, once again for the great minds of nine. Talking about it's 4th&10. Got the homie Kevin, correct? You go by Kevin?
Stay with him.
Stay middle,
Woo!
everybody pick up a man,
Woo!
pick up a man.
Ooh,
Flat, oh.
Russian, that's two.
Look, who that nigga out here rapping like the rain do? Who them niggas out here dropping when them hits do? We them niggas get it done, ain't no issues. We the type to run it up, wear my track shoes. Take my time with it. Oh, that's your bitch, nigga. Take my time in it.
Really like that out here. I'm really like that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Where you from? What's your hood? What's your squad? What you repping?
So I live in New Hampshire. It's middle of the woods. It's about like an hour from Boston. So anyone that usually asks me, I just say Boston just because it's easier. No one knows of New Hampshire, but everyone knows what Boston is. So
Okay,
I kind of play with a couple different teams when I travel. So I kind of linger with that stuff.
oh cool, oh cool. What sports did you play growing up?
Um, I did hockey. I did football. Not really anything else. I mean, like backyard sports all the time with my boys, but never really like took it further. We just, how it goes. We'd play football one day and then baseball the next day and then back to football and what have you. But hockey was like my primary sport and then football on the side.
Okay, okay. How far did you go with hockey?
Not too far. I mean, I could have went to like probably college and play like a club team, but that's really nothing, like there's no scholarship or anything. I
Okay,
still play like men's league here and there sometimes, but it's an expensive sport.
yeah, okay, okay. So you still play now? You still compete now?
Sometimes it's expensive and they usually give us like 10:30 at night time slots, which is just brutal. So I
Oh, okay,
try to avoid that, but I get wrangled in by my buddy sometimes. So
okay, okay. All right, who put you on the flag? Who brought you out?
so this is when I was 17. I'm 32 now. So me and my boys used to play tackle football, and then like after high school, we would still just play tackle, just like pick up every Saturday. And then one of my friends was like, "Hey, there's like a flag football league. Would we be in?" Like we're all young, and we figured why not, and then went and started playing there. It was only summer seasons, which is weird because it was an indoor facility, but they only did summer because like in New England, you would think it'd be the other way. But we'd play there and then we'd play against like really good teams and then kind of like snowballed into another league that I jumped into. And then I found out there was tournaments. And then, from there I kind of just posted that generic free agent if anyone needs me. And then kind of just keep playing until I got a little bit better and then more people put me on to it.
Okay, okay. Well, all right, we're getting to the 10 question. What's your favorite format?
Since I mostly rush, I would say grip and rip or air it out. Weekend Warriors grip and rip, and then USA Flag air it out. Just because quarterbacks can't run, they can't do handoffs and stuff, and that's probably the most frustrating thing. Mobile quarterbacks are hard to rush to begin with, but once they have that run pass option, it's hard. And then you have to apply enough pressure so your defense isn't covering someone for 50 seconds.
Okay, okay. Ideally, what position do you want to play when you pull up?
I would love to play quarterback, but I play quarterback for my local league sometimes and stuff. But I'm like a mid-tier quarterback. I'm not anything good, but I
Okay,
love playing it.
okay, okay. Who's the best wide receiver you've played with?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. Probably Fred McDonald. He's up there, like he's like my cuz. So,
I'm
but
about to say any relation?
yeah, we call each other cousins because of how close our names are. But no, he's even at his age now, and I don't call him super old, but he's just still like he's still got it. Like he says he's old, and he's like, oh, I'm only gonna play in rec, but he goes in pro and he kills it. So I would probably say Fred's up there.
Okay, who's the most elusive quarterback you've tried to rush?
I rushed Hoosh a little bit, but I never really got a full game. I had to go to a different game. He was obviously just super fast. I think there was someone Weekend Warriors. I think his name's Eddie on Sports Mania. He's not like the most elusive person, but like he's sneaky. Like I thought, like he just didn't look like he would have any hit moves and stuff, and he would just hit like the small hit move, and he like killed me a couple times, which I didn't expect. You know?
Respect, respect. I like that. All right, best and worst tournaments you've played. Your performance. Uh,
Oh, yeah. I mean, best tournament I probably played in was last year at Worlds. Um, I ended up winning it with 843 Elite and co-ed aired out pro, and that was like I rushed really well. I got defensive MVP in that format. It's co-ed aired out, so it's a little different where a guy is just rushing a guy, but I made some big plays that even I was surprised I made. And then probably my worst performance was this past weekend Warrior Worlds. I actually played with 843 Elite, um, and then Phenom Elite, and then Dynasty for co-ed. I was playing horrible. I don't know, just wasn't my weekend. Everything was just not clicking. There was like one format I started doing good in, but even then I just feel like I was too slow and not making plays, missing flags. As a rusher, like you don't have to pull that flag, but when you're there, it's important you pull in. I was just messing and whiffing crazy. So probably my worst performance for sure.
okay, okay. All right, talk to me about TackyBar.
Yeah, so I created it about 2 years ago now. It's been running. Coming from a flag background, I got a AFL ball. Went on like Amazon or no, I went on Google, searched Wilson tack bar and brush because like that's all I knew. I had no clue how to like prep them. I just used to see flag guys brushing their footballs, so like figured I'd start there. Went on a Wilson, they were sold out. Jumped on Amazon after. It was like $50 for just a bar and a brush. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna look for an alternative. I don't care. Couldn't find anything. Like, okay. But I keep looking, and then I figure out like how many steps go into prepping a football to get it that dark leather. Um, and it was a lot. And I was like thinking in my head, like I probably could make a bar similar, but maybe I could add conditioning on top of it because I realized that conditioning is like the biggest part of prepping a football where gets supple and gets nice and dark and it's easier to grip. So I literally just kind of Walter Whited it. I went in my kitchen. I started just like with a melting pot of just different waxes that I found like on Amazon and stuff and
Mm,
melting it, pouring into a little mold that I had, and then letting it harden and then trying it on a leather football and then seeing that if that worked and just going over and over again. And benefits of living in New England, I was, going out in the snow and throwing it in the ground and feeling how it is. I was having in the shower and like holding it in there and then feel how it was when it was in the rain,
mm,
like rain. But yeah, so now it's, fully blossom. I have everything, how to make them. And it went now it's not in the kitchen anymore. It's still
mm.
not in a manufacturing place, but I got a room to dedicated to making the bars myself.
Salute, salute, salute. How long does it take to you to fully condition a football from start to finish?
If you're really good at it, I mean, I can, prep a football within 2 days. It's just everyone has a little bit of different process, but I mean, I have like 13 footballs right now in the rotation of just like either they need to be prepped or some of them are, and just never ending. But once you get used to it, it's like crunches and bunches. You just keep going, and it's super repetitive,
Mm,
especially if you use the same steps.
okay, okay. Favorite brand of football to condition?
Probably the Duke, the NFL Duke. I hate throwing it. I hate throwing it. I have small hands. I use the AFFL, the original AFFL ball. I thankfully got one off my buddy. I use that, but the Duke breaks in so nice, and it's really cool to tune on Sundays. I have a couple NFL teams using my product, and to see those footballs, like when they do the slow-mo and they're catching it and the Duke is nice and shiny and dark. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Really cool. I wish I had the
Uh,
NFL money to go with it, but hey, one day, hopefully.
one day. Um, do you mostly work with flag players, tackle, both, or what?
So it started just mostly in flag, like that's where my community was. And flag community, as you probably know, is super supportive.
Use tacky spray. Best spray around, man. Can never ever drop the ball because of it.
Man, if y'all haven't had one of these before, the tacky bars, man, gotta get one, man. I use this before I wake up, before I play the game, and after I play the game. Gotta get the smooth feeling of the football, because I can catch one hand, two hand, no-handed, both handed. Hey, tacky bar, gotta get it.
Tacky spray, best spray so far. I like the feel, stick to the ball.
All right, you want something that conditions your ball and gets attack at the same time? This is it right here. Whatever you want, whatever you need, TackyBar got it for you, man. I'm telling you, this is it.
I use tacky spray for a couple different reasons. One, it's locally made by a great person. Two, it lasts very long. Three, it's affordable and it works on your footballs, your gloves, everything.
All right, I've seen a lot of great catches. When I go and talk to the receivers, half the time they're saying I'm using TackyBar.
What's up, y'all? It's Rocky Virginia Lee here with TackyBar, and I got the tacky spray. Usually when I break in the football, I get the bar, scrape it on there a couple times each side, and then use the brush. And then before each game, I use that tacky spray. Use the brush again. Make sure in the right condition. You make them awesome catches like I do.
I was able to branch out so fast into flag and then into tackle because a lot of people that play flag coach tackle, know a coach, or some even play semi-pro still. So they've like introduced it and just word of mouth spread like crazy. So like right now, I'm thankful that flag has like a super understanding of what tacky bar is, and now I'm like more gearing it towards tackle just because I don't have a bigger reach in tackle. But I'm working on it. I have a couple colleges trying it out and trying to get more local teams and stuff. So when I travel, if someone mentions they're a coach, I'll like try to link up with them after and tell them like, hey, give this to this coach if you want, or give it to the head of director and yada yada, just to spread the word. They use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. But at least it's in their head of like what it is.
Okay, I like that. What's the wildest or biggest order you've gotten so far?
The New York Jets ordered a couple weeks ago, and they did a couple bars, more than a couple, but yeah, that was cool.
Okay, okay. So
Their record isn't showing that it's cool, but it's still you know it's still cool. It's really cool to see that, and I was surreal. But it's funny, I was telling my buddy, I was like, you tell me 2 years ago when I started this that NFL team would be bulk ordering my product, I wouldn't believe you. And then you say, and they haven't won a game, and then I'd probably believe you. But it is what it is.
like I said again, man, salute to you, man. I'm liking this. How can people get themselves a tacky bar?
Oh yeah, it's not fully up there, but tackybar.com. I'm on TikTok Shop. I'm on Amazon. I'm on Walmart.com. I'm pretty much anywhere you can buy something. I'm trying to have my product out there, but if you can't figure it out, just reach out to either me or Tacky Bar's account, which is just Tacky Bar. So,
Okay.
but
And this
tackybar.com is probably the best and easiest way of doing it.
okay, okay. And this was out of necessity, curiosity, a business mindset, or a little bit of all three?
I think all of them, yeah. Like it just started. Like I've always been creative, and I've always wanted to own my own business and stuff. But it never got to the point where I had an idea. Like I thought about a couple things, but nothing was really sticking, and not passionate enough for it. And then this was just found the need for it. I figured if myself is going to use it, clearly other people would use it. Even just if it was just a flag thing, then yeah. But I figured in a business mindset for a equipment manager for, whatever level they may be, and then a player, you're getting the best of both worlds. The player is getting a better grip on their football, and then their equipment manager is getting an easier job of prepping their football or keeping it maintained because it's conditioning on top of it. So every time they use it, they're adding grip. They're also conditioning the football on top of it, which makes their life a lot easier. So kind of trickled into that. It wasn't supposed to be like that. It just started, like that light bulb went off in my head, and it's just been, going ever since.
Why'd you change from Max TackyBar?
That's a great question. I was advised that it wouldn't be a good name, and I agree with that. This guy that he's pretty much my uncle. He's like very good with business, and I had no idea how to run businesses and what have you. So I called him, and I was picking his brain for so long about it. And he's like, "You got to get a name change." And he actually came up with Tacky Bar.
Okay. So it went from Max to Tacky, and that was it. It was two names you were in there.
Yeah, because my last name is Mac, so I was like Max Wax, but people would, get confused, probably thinking it's Max Wax so Tacky Bar is a lot easier.
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, which one feels better? A diving flag pull, a high point interception, or just a regular old fourth down stop?
Uh, well, 2 years ago at USA Flag Worlds, I dove for a flag and popped up my shoulder and ended up needing surgery. So I wouldn't say a diving. That was like my signature. I used to, because I have long arms, so I used to always like, if they got by me, I would still be able to dive and, get them. And I don't do that as much now, but um, probably a fourth down stop, honestly, as generic as that is. It's just, they're so big, like defense wins games. It's very, basic for everyone to say it, but it's true.
All right. Favorite pair of cleats and jersey. You have them? You know
Oh, man. I think. Favorite pair of cleats? I love the Cam Newtons when they came out. The Cam Newtons were my favorite. I probably would still keep them, like still get them if they're, around. I don't know how heavy they would feel, but the Cam Newtons were my favorite. Just love the way they feel. Went literally just committed to Under Armour after that.
them?
Even though I hated their gloves, I was like, oh, I got the cleats. I'm gonna get the gloves with them. But yeah, I would say the Cam Newtons, even though they're retired now.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
jersey. Are you talking about like NFL jersey or are you talking about like
Flag jersey.
okay. I don't have it with me, but it's a Cucumbers jersey from Hardball. You ever seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably my favorite just because I love that movie. And my buddy Nuji, he had him on his Facebook. He was like playing, he like posted a picture of him playing with it. I was like, hit him up with like, bro, I'll jump on the team right now. Like I need one of those jerseys. And he hooked it up. So
That's fine. That's fine. All right. Fourth and goal, 10-yard line. You actually get a chance to QB again. Um, who's your first read? What is he running? What's the call?
4th and 10. I'd probably, if we're doing five man, I'd probably do outside post sit middle. Trying to think of what else. Center would be a corner to like the front pylon. Outside receiver to the right would do a front pylon sit as well. And then probably like a skinny post from slot right. But my first read would be that post sit to see where they're shifting to. So if they're shifting down on him or going towards him, then I know that the front pylon might kind of linger in there. But if they play a true zone across that skinny post, if it develops in time, you might have to roll out or what have you, should be there as well because they would be, filling that gap in between where that post sit and that front pylon is.
Okay. Okay.
Will I make that throw? I don't know, but
Starts in the huddle, man.
yeah,
Well, all right, man. Yeah, that's 4th and 10, man. I enjoyed this, man.
yeah,
Really
thank
did.
you. Yeah, this was awesome, man. I'm glad I'm able to be a part of this.
Yeah, like I said, I learned a little bit about so is that difference between tack and wax, or is it the same thing or what?
It's wax based. It's just I call it tacky bark. It's obviously adds tack and it's in the shape of a bar, but it is wax based. There's more than that, in it besides just like beeswax, but it is wax based.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I enjoy this, man. I hope some people can learn a little bit about at least your company, if not just what the process is. You know what I mean? The necessity for for layman terms, why do I need my football condition? Even if I'm just playing, because I guess I'm not playing pro ball. Why I need it for this? Some people might actually think like that. I mean, what's your 2 cents on that? I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've had those conversations. Like, there's flag people that like they go to Dick's, they buy a ball and they use it right out of the box. But there's like a plastic film in there that makes the ball super hard, and it just doesn't feel right for, I mean, preference, I guess, but it doesn't feel right mechanically for a quarterback or receiver. Back in the day, in the 90s when they would get them for the NFL, the quarterbacks would literally just throw them on the turf, just trying to break in because it's leather, right? Leather is very firm, but once it breaks in, it becomes soft. And that's what you want. The quarterback wants to feel that football, but it doesn't want to be hard as a rock. It doesn't feel good to throw it and also catch it. Especially the points with the Wilson footballs, they're pointed so much that if you don't break them in, they could probably break your finger
Yeah.
just because of how hard a quarterback can throw it. So like it's still a very new process, even in the NFL. But everyone's doing it at that grade. But I'd pretty much just say it's gonna for longevity wise, it's going to help your football stay conditioned and break in the process from 1 to 2 days over 3 years. Because if you could do it naturally, it will take like 3 years and you would have to be outside throwing and, doing all that stuff.
Okay. Again, man, like I said, I appreciate this, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. These are great questions. The Max Wax got me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
I did a
I
little bit of
completely
homework.
forgot about that name.
All right, man. Good day to you, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for your time.
All right. You have any idea how these things go?
I watched a couple. I feel like I haven't watched Onella's yet, but there was someone that was just on that I knew and I watched it. But yeah, I get the rundown.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, shit, we can get into it. That's cool with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Talking no violence, nigga, let's ride, nigga. Hit my Diddy bop, I don't give a fuck about no Diddy nigga. Keep it real, there's a couple niggas that's out here wanna be that nigga. I don't got no idols, my only idol is that money, nigga. I wake up, I get to it, I don't got time for no bullshit. Switchy on the glee, tap the trigger, spray the whole clip. Feeling like the mob, but we make hits like we 3-6. Can't come around no weak shit if I hit a niggas on defense, let's ride. My whole team make box. Feeling like yo pops, niggas my sons, but I can't rock. I'm just here for the back ends, cause the front ends won't stop. Come around with that bag in like bad kids get popped.